What's up, YouTube? That would be the sound of a spinner if I was using a spinner, but instead, we're gonna do some more Suminagashi. Yeah, check out this. This is one of the previous prints here. Here's another one of the previous prints here. Yeah. So, and I have both of these here. If I can get them to hold. And we're gonna make I like this one here. We're gonna make some more. Yeah. Yay. We'll see how this works here. Maybe I get it right, maybe I don't. Who knows? To do Suminagashi, there's a few things that you need. First off, you need some paper. I have Suminagashi or Sumi-E painting and calligraphy paper. This is the 9x12 inch. You know, it's for the pen size. Actually kind of fits. I got this from an art store that was closing. I would have to look up online, like everyone else, if I wanted to buy some more of this size. I know they make rolls of this, and I did see a store that has rolls for sale. I probably will be investing in some rolls here pretty soon myself. But for right now, we're going to start with, you know, and you want to make sure you kind of have the scruffy side instead of the smoothie side. I'm going to set that to the side just so that I have it. Whew, a lot going on. So we're going to do a little bit of sumi here. First thing you need is some paper. You know, this is 9x12 paper here, calligraphy paper. Sheets come out. They look like this. It's kind of cool. Yay. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Okay, make sure you got like the kind of scruffy side versus the smoothie side. Yeah. We're trying to make something that's going to look like, when it's done, like this. Yeah. So that's what we're shooting for. I got a pan of water here. Just water. Yay. It's been kind of sitting for a while, just kind of chilling. I got my Sumi-E ink, you know, my Sumi ink here. It's just kind of chilling. I've been put a couple drops, you know, a couple more, whatever. Not too much, obviously. I don't need a lot of ink. I got newspaper down because that's really good for to do in here. I got some soap, like just a drop of soap in water, you know. You'll see why in a bit. And I have some brushes here that I braid, you know, just for doing Sumi-E painting, you know, the ink painting. I need a smaller brush. Let me just see something here. You know, I have a few brushes that I have used, and I have a few that I just haven't used. So I'm just trying to see, like, hey, you know, not really what I want to do there. I'm gonna wet this brush here, and I have some paper, you know, some napkins here, so I can clean up a little bit. And it looks like I can, you know, wet the ink and wake it back up a little bit, I guess. It's like, how am I gonna get the ink off these, you know, trays? I know how. I'm smarter than the average bear. As the saying is. Okay, so this is supposed to be like really relaxing, repetitive, you know? We can see me. Well, I'm actually supposed to do this. Okay, I'm gonna Oh yeah, I'm on dark. Well. Okay. So one thing I'm noticing right now already is that the brush that I'm using for my, other side, just because I don't want to break open any more of the Simi brushes. And actually I had a different brush that I was using before, which I probably should go back to. Drop that one too low in. You can see the ink at the bottom of it. Like I probably will try to do it with a different brush coming up here. The thing with Sumi is that you can do like your rings. It's fat, there's thin. I think I'm kind of done for a second. Like something's like whoa Nelly with this. I'm just gonna sit that down for a second. It's over here actually. Figure it out. Yeah, I'll figure it out. So I got a pattern, as you can see. And I can leave the pattern like this. I can try to like manipulate it some. I'm a little curious to see how it's going to turn out if I just left it. The reason why I was a bit, I wanted to move to this side of the room. This is where I normally do all my acrylic pouring, over here. And I noticed that over there I have an AC vent that was coming down. It was just like, I wasn't getting the same rings that I'm getting now. Like, I really like these rings. I really want to like save these rings. Okay, so if I want to save these rings, then I'm gonna have to save these rings, right? Probably should add some more water to this now that I'm, But I also know that, I'm only gonna be doing like 2 sets of these. So. Yeah. Plastic sheet. Because what I'm thinking is that when I take this up, I'm going to put it on the plastic sheet, and then that way I can move it around, transfer it around. It'll be. I know. Don't kick the camera. But Dad! But Mom! But Junior! Alright, here we go. There we go, Derrick. Here's moment of truth. Woo! Don't drop it. See, this is why I have the plastic sheet right here. It's because I can just kind of lay it out on the plastic sheet. And voila! Look at that. I saved most of the rings. I don't like how the center kind of, cut off a little bit, but yeah, voila, there we go. And I might actually, 50-50 let me get over here. Sorry, what was I gonna shoot? It's the drying area. Now that I'm at the drying station, keeping the integrity of everything. Yeah. Like what I should have done is kept it on the plastic sheet. But you live, you learn, then you get loves. And you know what? I can still use that print for something. And it gives me another excuse because I want to go again. I just want to switch brushes on the other brush that I was using. But yeah, I'm going to go again. I think I might add some more ink to this here. Not a lot, but just a little bit. I'll show you guys later what I'm talking about over there. And even as I say, like, oh yeah, I was like, oh, what do I expect? So these brushes here, these are watercolor brushes that I own, and for sake of, I'm just select one of the smaller watercolor brushes here, got a nicely thin point. Okay. Nice hair. I'll never be doing that again with the brush, but yeah. This is definitely a synthetic hairbrush. This doesn't, hold a lot of water. It just was not working out for me. So I'm gonna load this one here up with my soap, and this one here up with my, we're gonna just take one more little go at this. Okay. So, Derrick. Light. 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 I know you don't have to actually sing along. I mean, it's kind of true even here, Light, see, light always breaks through darkness, You don't have to really stick with, it looks like a heart down there. And that's one of the things with Suminagashi is, you can break it up in any little area. this is really meditative. This really is. I'm looking forward to doing this where, I'm using different colors. I've seen some of the people where, I almost made a grave error. Woo! I've seen some of the people where, they do acrylic paints with it. So I guess that would be the workaround for trying to get some glow in the dark. Yeah, you know me, like first I'm like, how can I get glow in the dark involved in this? So yeah, it's like, if I could figure out a way to get glow in the dark ink, I'm sure someone's come up with it, Like, I'm sure someone has, played around enough. This is kind of cool. Like, I really like this pattern here. Don't fall. Don't you fall. You see, like, the ink's starting to kind of run there, because you get a little long in the tooth. I knew I was kind of going for it when I got that third set out. Like, oh yeah, I can just plug down the third set of these. Ooh, what am I doing? I didn't add any water or anything to this. All right. We'll just see. We gonna just see, aren't we? All right. That's cool. We gonna just see. Get all you fucking inked up. Oh, excuse me. My videos are not marked for kids. I realized, children may be watching them. Not for the P's and Q's, but yeah. So, let's eat something that would probably be great, do for, but whatever. I don't have children. I'd like to have children, or like to have had children, or however it needs to be said, for a 48-year-old. But, yeah. All right, that is a much better pattern. I do like the rings on that a lot more, actually. Yeah, I do like the rings on that one. I might just keep this on here for a little bit, let it sit, and then try to transfer it over to the other set. My water's definitely dirty, so I'm gonna have to take it up, which I want to do some other forms of art anyway, so I think I'm pretty much done with this for the day. But yeah, until next time, deuces.